If you've ever thought to yourself, I wonder what I could buy for $10.85 million in Charleston, South Carolina, you are in luck because you are about to find out today here at 140 Queen Street, which we are touring courtesy of Leslie Turner at Maison Real Estate. Thank you so much for letting us tour this gem of a home in Charleston Village. And check it out. It even comes with a nice little koi pond right here in the middle. It is on a double lot. So you've got all this front over here. You've got some on the other side. You are almost right across the street from Queen Street Grocery. So this is just a prime location in an absolutely gorgeous home. And while it looks like it's pretty old, it was actually built in 1995. And then went under a complete down to the studs renovation in 2023. And then this addition back here on the left was added in 2024. So we come back here, you have this awesome courtyard. There's a little pool over here we're going to see, as we're going to see all of this again when we come back out here. So take it in now, but you're going to see a better view later as we head inside and around this house. Guys, let's go through this by the numbers here. It is 4,583 square feet. With 4 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, 3 half bathrooms, over 3 stories. So now we're going to head up and we come onto this porch. That's a Charleston single here. Now this home did win a Carolopolis Award in 1996 from the Preservation Society of Charleston for new construction. So we come in, we've got the porch here. And we'll head in here on the right into, that is the main front door here over on the right. So let's head on in and check this home out. Everyone say hi to Leslie Turner there. Thank you for letting us show this house, Leslie. Before we get into this actual home, let's talk about the history. Now, yes, history, even though it was built in 1995, we need to go way back because this actually has ties to Roper Hospital and their actual founding. I love this bar right here, by the way. Okay, so now, this land here was owned by Thomas Roper, and he was the 10th mayor of Charleston. Now, the 10th intendant, they called it back then. Now, when he passed away in 1829, his will bequeathed Queen Street real estate. It was approximately $30,000 worth of real estate to the Medical Society of South Carolina. And he said to build a hospital, quote, without regard to complexion, religion, or nation. This was an incredibly inclusive mandate for the South. Just think about that. In 1829, he said that. So then in 1856, a hospital opened right here on this property. Well, all of these properties right here. It was on Queen and the corner of Queen and what is now Logan Street. So right here, this was all the beginning of Roper Hospital. And we fast forward to today, and Roper is breaking ground on a $1.2 billion new hospital in North Charleston. And it all started right here. The hospital that was here did serve the Charleston community for over 30 years, but there was a little drama during the Civil War because the building was seized and used as a Confederate hospital over the protests of the trustees. And then it was occupied by federal forces from February to November of 1865. Now let's pause and take a look outside here. Look at this. What a beautiful day. Could you imagine? Just I want to walk out to this every day. Okay, I want to talk about this house real quick. So that was that addition. But when we come back in here, so the house was flipped, but not like flipped, like they bought it and to redo it and sell it. But this here and into here was the kitchen. So they actually put the kitchen on the other side of the house, and then they added this entry foyer and the dining room where the old kitchen, everything was just flip-flopped. Not flipped, flip-flopped. Okay, so Civil War drama, Roper Hospital, and 1886. From all of my other videos, we all know what happened there. That was the earthquake. That was one of the most powerful earthquakes in the U.S. East Coast history, and it collapsed the hospital's wings and killed 2 people on site. The News and Courier called it the most damaged public institution in the city, and it never functioned as a hospital again. Now, after that, we fast forward to 1913, and the Marlborough Realty built 4 Queen Anne-style wooden dwellings on the site, and they were rental apartments. And then those got destroyed in 1989, which we all know what happened there. That was Hurricane Hugo. And because it was demolished, look at these ceilings real quick. You have to look everywhere in this house. Sorry for getting distracted. There's so much in this house. They're so ornate. I love this. So, and then this right here, this is the office of my dreams. This right here, I'm about to redo an office in my house or a shed. And I kind of want it to look like this. I just love this. Anyways, okay, sorry. Back to this. So Hurricane Hugo, boom, gone. destroys everything. We now have a vacant lot in 1989, which this house was built between 1992 and 1995, depending on some of the sources you look at. But anyways, that is how this house came to be. Like, they even have Lego in here. Like, this is my dream. Okay, so then this new house was designed by an architect's son for his parents. It won that Carolopoulos Award in 1996 for new construction, and then the original owners actually stayed in the home for approximately 27 years until 2022, and that is when the current owners purchased it. And in 2023, they did the Down to the Studs renovation, which was completed in about 3 months. Kitchen and dining were reconfigured like we talked about. Lots of redesigns, antique furnishings were incorporated. Now, you're going to ask, where's the parking for $10.85 million? It's back there. There's no parking on site, but there are 3 deeded parking spots in the alleyway right behind the house. You have an entrance right there. It's as good as on-site parking. You don't have a garage, no, but you do have 3 deeded spots. And really, with a house and a property like this, who even wants to leave? You don't even need a car. All right, now let's head in and we're going to check out this new addition that they just put in. I like that view. This is the new addition that they put in 2024. So this started about 4 months after the main renovation wrapped up. So we're going to head down. And this is like a pool house entertainment area. If you love to entertain, this house is incredible. So this addition was connected to the home via a hyphen, and we've got downstairs is the pool house, kind of a little entertaining area, and then above it is going to be the primary suite. So they built a new primary suite upstairs. Now over here, this was my coolest feature I saw, and I couldn't find the remote to raise it up, but under that piece of wood right there is actually a TV. You hit a button and it pops up. Hey, what's up? And so you can entertain down here. Look at this. You've got, this room is just so cool. And you've got all of these doors that open up out to the pool. There's actually 2 half baths down here. So if you are entertaining, there's 2 bathrooms that people can use down here. So here's the first one. This one is towards the front of the house. And then pocket doors, you know I love a good pocket door here. And this one back here is towards back. So you've got the 2 bathrooms. That main area there is a marble checkerboard flooring with the white and the green. So cool. And then back around here, you do have this like wet bar storage area. So there's a dishwasher here. You can, plants, whatever, wet bar. That's probably not a wet bar, but another pocket door. Storage. There's storage down here. Let's just call it storage. So we're going to head back in here, and we're going to check out the outside now. Now we're going to really get into the outside. There's these 3 sets of French doors that open all the way up to the courtyard with the pool and where I would spend all of my days. All of them, all day, every day. Now, this garden and exterior here was designed and done by John and Will, the owners. And they said when they did this, they cleared 8 full dumpsters of yard debris after they bought this home. The only thing they kept were the crepe myrtles and some holly bushes. So they've got this in-ground pool. There's the antique brick patio and hardscaping and 4 fountains throughout this property. And everything is insane out. I mean, look at this. And then up there on that second floor where we're about to go, like that's what your primary bedroom looks over, is this. Over here on the right, that's where we go into that dining room. We came out that door right there. So that's where we are. We kind of get your bearings here as we're running around. So there's one fountain and there's another one over here. We had that one in the front, of course. All right, let's head in. We're going to head up to this primary suite with a closet that I probably should not have shown my wife how big it actually is. What up? Can we see myself in the mirror there? Probably not, but we got to say it. What up? I know a lot of you don't like that. If you're watching this on YouTube, some people on YouTube don't like that, but whatever. I like it. So, all right, let's head back in through this house. We're going to head upstairs to the primary bedroom. And then remember, we still have 2 more floors of the main house to go through. Guys, this is a big property. It's only 5,000 square feet, but it feels so much bigger. All right, so here we come in, of course, the bedroom side here. And as we turn, you're going to see there's some built-in storage here behind me after we turn around or when we leave. And then the closet, there it is. So you got these built-ins all around there, which are great. And then wait till you see this closet. Not only is this closet massive, but big props, big props to the owners for how insanely organized this is. I'm pretty sure that this is just how they live and not just because it's for sale and they're showing it. This is not what my closet looks like. But man, if I had this closet, it wouldn't be this full. I'll tell you that much. But anyways, I mean, look at this. It's incredible. I love the island. I love everything about this. And then it overlooks the pool area. So now we're going to turn around. We're going to check out this side, and then we're going to go into the primary bathroom. And with huge stand-up shower, and it's got this black tile. There's just these pops of color, and everything around this home was it's just done so well. I don't have this style. I could never do. I'd have to hire somebody to do this. Now, when I said they did a down to the studs renovation of this home, I mean it. Let's talk about everything that they did while we're looking around. Let me know down in the comments what you think of everything in this home so far. Do you like the dark bathroom? Do you not like it? Just let me know. Let's start some conversations down there. Social media, right? Let's be social, people. Before we get into that, so you come over here. We have the double vanities that are split, and then over here, when we turn around, there's this closet here. This is going to have a washer and dryer in it. So you've got a washer and dryer right in the primary suite there. So you don't have to go anywhere into the main house to get to your laundry. So just nice little personal touches that, it makes a difference when you're living in a home. So, and again, it should have multiple washers and dryers for $10.85 million. All right. So back to the renovation. There was all new electrical that was done, wiring, outlets, switches, recessed lighting, the fixtures. There was new PEX plumbing, a tankless water heater, 7 exterior gas lanterns. They hardwired interior and exterior speaker systems, all new insulation. There's that kitchen, remember, swapped there, flip-flopped. 3-zone HVAC. There's 2 in the main house and 1 serving the pool house. Not 3 zones, but 3 units. And this, we didn't come in here when we first came in. So this is that front sitting room. So you're Charleston single, you got that front sitting room, and then everything going towards the back. This is such a cool room here. So the roof, there's a metal roof on the main house, was refinished and sealed and painted in 2023 when they did that. And then the addition does have a new metal roof, and then there's a new gutter system installed. Now, they did structural and exterior repairs. Now, remember, this is in the historic district, but however, since it was built in 1995, it isn't under all of as many restrictions as everything else has down in this area with the Board of Architectural Review, because it is not a historic home. It is not 50 years old yet. So they were able to do a little bit more and take more liberties. But what I really love is they could have done more and made it look completely different, but they didn't. They kept its historical aspect, looks, and everything, even though it's not historic. They did a great job. And the owners even said when they bought this that they saw it and it went under contract, but they put in a backup offer just in case. And there was so much deferred maintenance that the original buyers backed out, and they were able to come in and get a contract on the house after that. And this laundry room was actually added during their renovation of the main home. So, I mean, everything around here was in this whole house was just reconfigured. And originally, I believe there was a bedroom downstairs, they said. So there was probably the primary bedroom downstairs in the back of the home. And then the secondary bedrooms were up here, but then all of that was just redone. Now, when they did buy it, the home was an original footprint of 2,900 square feet. So when they added, now we're up to about almost 4,600 square feet. So they added a significant portion. They redid everything. And, even when we're not even talking about the structural and the repairs, they've got this list of all of the room by room designs and materials that were used, that a lot of it, I have no clue what it is. But there's wood burning fireplaces with custom marble surrounds. There's built-in shelving and bookcases, John Adler chandeliers, custom velvet drapes with brass hardware. And the living room contains State Senator Hugh Leatherman's desk. Now, that's one of the owners' late grandfather, which is kind of a cool thing. That was in there, but just their design is impeccable in here. Whoever buys this home has some standards to live up to. And if you buy it, call me if you want to buy it. Or just after you buy it, just let me know. I would love to come see what you guys do to it. I hope you do it justice. You will. You will. Anyone who buys this will. So we're up here on the third floor. Now, one thing I did notice here, a lot of these times when I come up into these third floors, now I'm about 6 feet tall and it's hard for me to stand, but they put everything right in the center where usually like the hall is either off to the side and I've got to like turn my head to walk. But it really comes into play when we come back into the back where this bathroom is, because most of the times the shower is off to the side. They put the shower directly in the middle, so it is in the tallest point of this room. And like they kind of went up into that peak there, so you can stand up. It's great. Like they thought of everything. The toilet being in the middle, right by the window, I thought was kind of funny, but that was just me. Hey, what up? See, I'm kind of bending down because it feels that way. As we walk back through here and head downstairs, we're going to look out a window because it was such a nice day. Not right here, but downstairs. Thank you so much for joining me on this tour. My name is Bill Olson, and I'm a local realtor. If you ever need assistance from a real estate agent, I would love to be of assistance. And I've got my phone number right here up in the video for you. Just shoot me a text, give me a call, or my full contact information is down in the description. Guys, don't forget to follow along, like this video, and I've got another tour right here that I think you're really gonna like. So check that one out next. We're gonna look out this window. We're looking right onto Queen Street there, across this double lot. What a beautiful day, what a beautiful home. Only $10.85 million. Come on, chump change, you got this. Thanks for following along, and I'll see you on the next tour.